what a game it was. Series clinching scenario for Dallas. The Avs on the brink of elimination as we went back to Dallas in Game 5. The Stars were booked as a -144 home money line favorite. Took an early 2-1 lead, Pete, before everything turned. Colorado wins game number 5, keeps this series afloat and their season alive with a 5-3 win. How did the Avs turn things around last night in Dallas?
Well, it was the bread and butter, right? It was the Cale Makars, Nathan MacKinnons, Mikko Rantanens. They had all been quiet in the series up until that point. But do or die scenario, Valerie Nichushkin kind of, let the team down in that he's not with the team for the second straight year. He's suspended in the NHLPA Player Assistance Program. Hopefully he gets on track for the future. But for here and now, Colorado does not have as much depth as it did in its championship year in 2022. Huge performance, I thought, from a secondary scorer, Arturi Lehkonen, and especially that buzzer beater at the end of the first period. I mean, it was so important for the Avs to keep the momentum going and answer back when Dallas scored, and they were able to do that in a monster third period by the Avs to just remind everybody that those champions from 2 years ago, they're not going down without a fight here.
Yeah. Take a look at that series pricing now as we look here. It looks like the favorite is the 4-2 Dallas is the series finale at a +102 price. But if we're looking just on money line and who can win it here, it's still a decided advantage here for the Dallas Stars. Is that what you're seeing on your side here, Pete? Is there a legitimate chance that the Avalanche, with Mac and Mac out there, Makar and MacKinnon, can come back and win this bad boy?
There's definitely a chance. I mean, they've been arguably the best home team in the league in the regular season. They were like 31-10. Somehow between injuries, Devon Taves was out with the illness. He came back for Game 5. That was huge for Colorado. And I mentioned the Nichushkin absence in Game 4 and 5, and he's done for the rest of the season. So, I mean, those were backbreaking to the Avalanche. That's why they lost the 2 home games so far in the series. But when you look big picture and say Dallas, arguably the deepest team left standing in the playoffs right now, they're only 3-4 at home in the playoffs. That's a problem. And to me, the fact that Colorado has won 2 out of 3 games in Big D makes me think that they would have the motivation, they would have the confidence to do it again if it goes the distance and goes to Game 7. So I think Colorado, whether it's on the live line or the puck line in Game 6, or maybe even Game 7 if they get that far, they're certainly live to win this series.
We head to Denver tomorrow night in game number 6, where at the moment the Avalanche are a slight home ice favorite. Pete, the Western Conference very much up in the air. Dallas still holds that 3-2 series advantage over Colorado, but the Avs, of course, as we share, keep their season afloat. In the other set, it was expected to be easy for Edmonton. It has been anything but. That series tied at 2 games apiece as we get ready for game number 5 tonight in Vancouver. Here are the Western Conference title odds at this moment. Pete, do you have any idea who's going to emerge out of the West when all is said and done?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, right, to see who Edmonton plays in Game 5 after Calvin Pickard got them over the hump and back to tie the series. The NHL journeyman with a huge performance in his first playoff game of his career. So I think maybe they go with the hot hand there, but Stuart Skinner got them to this point after the coaching change. Remember that correlated with a bounce back for Skinner after the slow start to the season, and they've turned back to him in years past. I remember they did it last year. So I think that they would probably go back to Skinner at some point if they do lose a game to Vancouver. But Vancouver has dominated this season series. Only 1 regulation victory for the Oilers in 8 tries against Vancouver this season. So that kind of is hanging over their head a little bit. Edmonton did have the road win in Game 2 in Vancouver in overtime, but still, this has been heavily in Vancouver's favor. And to me, the 5-on-5 goal battle is so huge. We know Edmonton can work it on the power play. We know they have the 3 highest scoring players in the playoffs this season with Draisaitl, McDavid, and Bouchard. But show me what you got at 5-on-5. Otherwise, Vancouver might win this thing.